You don't lose your day at night, you lose it in the first 10 minutes. The alarm rings, and without realizing it, you make choices that cripple your focus. Most people think they're unlucky. No, they're undisciplined. If your mornings are sloppy, your life will stay small. Let's get brutally honest. Your morning routine is either sharpening your mind or sabotaging it. There is no neutral. The habits you repeat right after waking up set the ceiling for your energy, discipline, and self-respect. Most people wake up reactive, distracted, and weak, and then wonder why their days feel chaotic and unproductive. This isn't about motivation. It's about standards. High performers don't drift into their mornings, they command them. If you start your day like everyone else, you'll live like everyone else. Today, we're exposing the low-level morning behaviors that quietly destroy momentum, confidence, and mental clarity before the day even begins. The alarm goes off, and right there, that moment, everything is decided. Not later, not after coffee, not when you feel ready. Right there. The sound cuts through the silence, and life asks you a quiet but serious question. Are you a person who keeps promises, or a person who negotiates with weakness? Most people don't hear that question. They hear comfort calling. They hear the soft voice saying, just 5 more minutes. And they obey it without thinking. That's the tragedy. Because that small decision feels harmless, but it isn't small at all. It's a vote for delay, a vote for excuses, a vote for quitting before the day has even started. You see, the snooze button isn't about sleep. It's about identity. Every time you hit it, you are teaching your mind a lesson. You are saying, when things get uncomfortable, I back down. And the mind learns fast. It doesn't argue. It records. It stores that behavior and replays it later. When the work gets hard, when the conversation gets uncomfortable, when the discipline costs something, that's how it works. You don't suddenly become undisciplined at work or in relationships or with your goals. You rehearse it in the morning, under the covers, in the dark, when no one is watching. People say, it's just 5 minutes. But it's never just 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes of surrender. 5 minutes of telling yourself that comfort outranks commitment. And once you teach your brain that lesson, it will demand comfort everywhere else in your life. Let me tell you something simple and ancient. How you start is how you continue. The first act of the day sets the tone for the rest of it. If the first act is hesitation, the rest will be negotiation. If the first act is discipline, the rest will follow order. High-quality lives are built on small, boring acts of self-command, not dramatic moments, not motivational speeches, but the quiet decision to stand up when you said you would. When you hit snooze, you fracture trust with yourself. And self-trust is everything. If you don't trust your own word, why should your mind believe you when you say you're going to change? Why should your habits listen when you announce a new goal? They won't. They've heard this story before. You train people how to treat you, and you train yourself the same way. Every morning is a training session. Either you train yourself to rise, or you train yourself to retreat. Think about it. The alarm rings. That's a call to order, a call to begin. And you say, not yet. You push life away and crawl back into comfort. That habit doesn't stay in the bedroom. It follows you into your finances, your health, your potential. It shows up every time effort is required. The future is built by people who answer the call the first time. Now, I'm not talking about punishment. I'm talking about respect. respect for time, respect for your word, respect for the fact that your life is short and every day deserves to be met standing up. There is something powerful, almost spiritual, about getting up when you don't feel like it. It builds an inner strength that no one can give you and no one can take away. It tells your nervous system, I am in charge here. And once that message is sent early, the rest of the day falls into line more easily. Discipline is not harsh, it's protective. It protects your future from the moods of the moment. The people who win don't have better mornings because they feel better. They feel better because they demand more from themselves in the morning. They don't wait for motivation. They act, and motivation follows. So tomorrow when that alarm sounds, understand what's really happening. This isn't about sleep. This is about leadership. Someone is going to be in charge of your day, either the alarm clock or the snooze button. Stand up the first time. Let your feet hit the floor before your excuses wake up. Win the first battle, and you dramatically increase your chances of winning the rest. Before your feet touch the floor, before your mind is even awake, you reach for the screen. And in that quiet, sacred moment, the moment when your day is supposed to belong to you, you give it away. You don't notice it happening. There's no warning sound, no alarm, just a habit so common it feels harmless. But it isn't harmless, it's surrender. That glowing rectangle is not neutral. It's a doorway, and the moment you open it, you invite the world to step into your mind before you've had the chance to stand guard. You wake up with a clean slate. For a few seconds, your mind is yours, no demands, no opinions, no emergencies, just potential. And then message, headline, notification, comparison, outrage, noise. Suddenly your emotions are reacting to things you didn't choose, problems that aren't yours, and priorities that don't serve your future. That's how control is lost, quietly. You don't start the day thinking. You start the day consuming. And whatever you consume first becomes the lens through which you see everything else. Fear breeds fear. Chaos breeds chaos. Distraction breeds more distraction. Here's the hard truth. Whoever controls your attention controls your direction. And when you check your phone first thing in the morning, you hand the steering wheel to strangers. Algorithms, opinions, other people's emergencies, other people's lives. That's not leadership, that's drift. Strong lives are built by people who decide before they receive. They don't ask the world what matters today. They decide what matters, and then they engage on their own terms. But most people never experience that kind of clarity because they never protect the opening moments of the day. They wake up reactive, already behind, already scattered, already emotionally spent before the real work even begins. And then they wonder why they feel anxious, why they can't focus, why the day feels heavy. It's because they started the day carrying weight that was never meant to be lifted. Let me tell you something simple and sobering. Your mind is most impressionable in the morning. That's when beliefs sink deepest. That's when direction is set. That's when the soil is richest. And what do most people plant in it? Noise, comparison, other people's success, other people's drama. No farmer would do that. No builder would allow chaos at the foundation. Yet people do it with their minds every single day. You don't need more information. You need more intention. When you reach for your phone first thing, you're telling yourself, my life can wait. You're saying, other people's thoughts come first, and the mind listens. It adjusts. It shrinks. This is how confidence erodes, not in one big collapse, but in small, daily acts of self-neglect. High-level thinkers don't wake up asking, "What happened overnight?" They wake up asking, "Who must I become today?" They protect the first hour like a border, because they understand that clarity is fragile, and once it's broken, it's hard to get back. Silence in the morning isn't empty, it's powerful. It's where direction is born. It's where you remember what matters. It's where you set your internal compass before the world tries to spin you around. And yes, the world will wait. The notifications will still be there. The news will still be noisy. The opinions will still be loud. But you will be different, centered, grounded, awake in the truest sense. Discipline here isn't about rules. It's about ownership. Ownership of your attention. Ownership of your emotional state. Ownership of the kind of day you're about to live. Because once the day starts wrong, it rarely fixes itself. Reaction leads to reaction. Distraction leads to regret. And by nightfall, you're tired, not from effort, but from mental clutter. So tomorrow morning, don't reach outward first. Reach inward. Sit with yourself. Breathe. Decide. Think. Even 5 minutes of intentional silence will do more for your life than an hour of scrolling ever could. Remember this, you were not born to live on other people's agendas. You were born to direct your own life. And that authority begins the moment you decide not to give your mind away for free.